Hello. Did I lose you?
I'm here.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, good people of the internet, and welcome to 2026 Famipod, where we are mostly the same, except for the fact that we are no longer a Nintendo podcast, but nonetheless, we are still a podcast for family. Welcome to our annual. It's one of those words. Welcome to the first episode of the year, our Fantasy Critic draft and recap from last year. I am Ryan, your two-time defending champion, and with me I have the two losers from last year, starting directly below me.
Dude, you're just spoiling the outcome.
What?
You haven't gotten part of the presentation is showing the scores.
We can still recap. We can still recap. Hold on. There's no problem
we
with
can recap what we're supposed to present now.
What do you mean? Like, I'm not just like.
You say two-time reigning champion, including the one that is about to happen.
Yeah, me. Yeah. I mean, like, it's not like it's a big secret, you know?
I mean, it's not like, do you think people are watching, diligently watching our Fantasy Critic page?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Anyway, directly below me is our Swedish boy himself, Mr. Dennis.
Hello.
And at the very bottom, in images only, not necessarily in standings. Who knows? We'll see in a few minutes, I guess. Is Mr. Curley.
Hello. Welcome to our second annual group corporate earnings call, which also entails like the third annual Fantasy Critic League. I'm happy to be here with you gentlemen tonight, to go over this very important earnings call. You know, I feel like we've got a lot of information to encompass over this past year, and looking forward to what's ahead, you know?
Exactly.
I felt that.
And spoiling our investors on what's about to be presented in the following presentation.
I mean, I just feel like if they were actual investors, they would already know who was, top dog.
Do you know what earnings calls are for?
Okay, but like, okay, so you give them the details, but like the public knows, like, hey, this company's in trouble, this company kicking ass, like that's not the secret here. We know who the champion is. I have the trophy. They can see it right here.
The
like,
penis
it's not
looking
like
trophy.
That's the secret,
Can you
I
show
feel
that?
like we're just trying to gloss over the fact that I've defeated you both for the second year in a row. Like, I mean, I get we're trying to hold off for the earnings call details, but y'all are more than welcome to go ahead and start showing off, the fact that your game's kind of shit the bed this year. So I mean, don't let me spoil the party any further.
Can we see the penis again?
The penis? It's a controller. It's a controller.
Put it in the center of your camera. It's there you go. It's a cock and balls, dude.
As you can see here, it says right there, Fantasy Critic champion. Now it does say, sorry, we're late, RIP. I'll get a new one and I'll get an update.
Diego said, I feel like you're glossing over the fact that you have a penis trophy. Oh my god.
Oh, man. We're not doing the AI nonsense for Expedition. Let's not go there. We're not doing this.
All right, are we ready for?
That's not just a trophy. It's not. It's a Fantasy Critic League monument. It's also a cock and ball.
It's a controller, yo. It's a controller. I heard Curly can remotely control. I hate this reality.
Curly is the CEO of Lap Banana.
It's true.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Well, I guess let's, without further ado, let's get into this earnings report. So group corporate earnings call 2026. The 2025 fiscal year report for Emery Studios. What more needs to be said? I feel like I should have went last, as the champion here. And maybe I'm not supposed to say that yet. I guess I don't know how that's supposed to work. Maybe the person who had the most points should have went last. That maybe would have made more sense, Regardless, Viva la France! Thank you, Sandfall Interactive, Expedition 33, 24 points off the rip, highest scoring game of the year. We had a great year in terms of obviously Sandfall taking care of business. We had some heavy hitters from some big names like Kojima, and then Counterpick champion. Counterpicked some easy points off of Dennis, and Dennis and Curly both kind of made some poor choices with counterpicking some games from Emery Studios. So maybe we'll get through to 2026 and we'll see if the two of them learn from their mistakes from the past year. I doubt it, but the future is theirs to behold.
Wide
I guess
open.
We'll see.
Who knows?
The big thing for the 2025 year, faith in the little guys. Indies aplenty. Just outstanding performances from indie games all over the place. Obviously, Claire Expedition, game of the year, 24 points. Dispatch, 17 points. Skate Story, 14 points. Lies of P Overture, 16, and Wonder Stop, 11. With a lot of big names in 2025 was kind of my theme for the year at first. Big names from big studios, Miyazaki, Pokemon, Sid Meier, GTA 6. Didn't necessarily live up to the hype in some case. GTA 6 got pushed. Elden Ring, 10 points, not necessarily its best showing from FromSoft. Pokemon Legends, a 9-point outing, and Sid Meier's was not what I was expecting. But we learned our lesson halfway through the year, picked up some very amazing indie games, and I believe we'll hopefully follow suit for 2026.
Just
we ended with
Curly. The framing seems to be off on the presentation.
It doesn't quite fit exactly. So because it's pulling in from the Discord capture that Ryan's doing. So unfortunately, it doesn't quite fit exactly. I could play around with it while going a little more.
And then we ended the year with a total of 224 points. And I guess I'll turn it over to Swift Entertainment. Swift Entertainment. What is that? Swift. What is it? Is entertainment the right? Yes. Okay.
Swift
all right. Sweet.
Entertainment.
Mr. Swift.
I feel a little bit offended the fact that you don't know what my company's called, Mr.
Well, you don't really have it in your logo. It's kind of hard to see. But it's just just throwing that out there. Maybe that should be like a little subtitle.
Or maybe you should just know what it is. Or maybe waiters don't have time for that. I mean,
maybe a lot of my time was spent researching, picking games that scored points. Priorities. Maybe next year I'll just possibly.
All right. Well, if you can go to the next slide.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had a little bit of a disappointing turnout this year. We had some notable losses. We had put a lot of our faith into Call of Duty Black Ops 7, usually a game that can be trusted for good scores. But unfortunately, our friends over at Microsoft failed us this year.
Yep. Sad.
For the first time.
Sony also failed us this year with Lost Soul Aside, which gave us a -7 which is bad.
Yeah, that's like that was the lowest scoring game of the year, I believe.
In our draft.
Which means you have to play the game on stream.
Lost still aside? No.
Yep. No, I mean those are.
I mean, if you buy it for me, I could play it for like a stream. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't have money, dude.
I mean, I could be persuaded.
Real quick, a counterpoint to chat. Dispatch, I actually almost counterpicked as well, mainly because I didn't think that game was actually going to release this year. It was surprising that they made it right in the window, because like it was also an episodic release. But
yep,
do want to play it. Looks awesome.
So same, absolutely want to play it.
Another loss that we had was the DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows and Claws of Awaji. It didn't give us any negative points, but it also didn't give us any points. So it was a loss. And then we, of course, had a very devastating counter pick in Dispatch, which gave us a -17.
It's brutal.
But next slide. We still had some good releases this year. A very notable win was Split Fiction, which gave us 21 points, which was one of the highest scoring games this year. We also got 19 from Monster Hunter Wilds and Deltarune, and 17 from Ghost of Yotei. And then we got a couple of wins in the fact that two of our counter picks, Mouse PI for Hire and Mixtape, were delayed, which means that it was a net 0.
Which is pretty good for a counter pick. Like if you get 0, you're winning.
Yeah, because I think you'd have been hurt if those games had actually released this year. I mean, yeah, more so.
I'm still a little bit on Mouse PI for Hire. I think that's like a style over substance kind of game. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
We're going to find out.
We'll talk about that one here shortly.
But yeah, this made it so we ended up with a family point total of 149.
Very good. And
it was not good. I am like 70 points after Ryan.
It was an unfortunate turnout. You had some big hitters though. I mean, not for nothing. Like I feel like you look at those four, 21, 19, 19, and 19. Like if you just took those in a vacuum next to some of mine, it felt like you should have won. But I think the counter picks really got you this year. Anyway, I guess we'll keep progressing forward. Mr. Lat Banana.
Yes, thank you. We're going to go over Lat Banana Incorporated's 2025 fiscal year report. I just got mainly just one slide here. If you'll go ahead and click on over. All around, a pretty solid year. All spaces filled. In comparison to previous years, this is already our best showing yet. I think we've shown that, if we actually come in and play the game, we might actually stand a shot. And we did, and we stayed competitive. We stayed strong, but we did have some notable loss. Mouse PI for Hire didn't quite make it to this year. It's coming out early next year. Mina the Holler is dead, and so are our hopes and dreams. Who knows if that game ever comes out? It's crazy. Also, we lost Earthblade this year. So that's kind of unrelated because I don't even remember if I drafted it, but it still hurts me a lot. And that's just an overall loss for everyone this year. And like Ryan said, this year came down to counter picks, and I kind of, failed on the counter picks. And it's funny because very early on in the league, I was already just like, why did I draft Pokemon instead of Resident Evil? But, it's all hearsay. It was too late. And then Marvel Deadpool, that one really honestly could have been a flip of a coin. It kind of looked bad.
I was shocked.
And I was a little bit angry about it, coming out and having a joke against announcing Silk Song. So there was already some negative energy there that, I went into, I love Deadpool, but like I went in kind of hating that game already. But, we had a pretty good year. I've got a really blurry image there, but just instead of type in the text. I was in a hurry, but Hollow Knight Silk Song, one of the best reviewed games of the year, came in at 22 points for me, sitting at a 91. One surprising game was Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Not a fail. It still earned me 11 netted points, but definitely thought that one would deliver stronger. But we also came in with 23 points for Donkey Kong Bonanza, setting at a nice 91. Mario Kart World, 87. One of the more riskier ones that I found early on was Blueprints. I was very happy to get 20 points from that one, scoring at a 90. So, like, pretty consistent year overall. I think I only had like 2 games that were below 80 with Indiana Jones DLC, which again, like DLCs, you never know. And then Possessors was kind of shockingly underwhelming. It underperformed. That was probably the worst game of my draft this year, just because you want to see the studio like that succeed. Not that it Possessors was a bad game necessarily, but didn't quite deliver the way we expected it to. But yeah, overall, we netted how many points? A total of 202, which is vastly better than Team Swift there. So, we didn't come out on top, but like, hey, we didn't also, come out on bottom,
Yeah, I think you... I think you deserve, a pat on the back and some congratulations just for, sticking it out throughout the year. In 2024, you probably would have won this thing if you had actually filled out your bracket. And to see you, like, there was a neck and neck race the whole way through. So,
it really came down to a couple of the indies, not coming out, and then the counter picks, and also like Dennis just not being there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if this is a real fiscal year report and like the group CEO is like, good job for trying. And this year, at least you tried.
You tried. Hey, like I said it earlier, I was like, it stayed competitive. It's like, man, it kind of feels, this game's pretty fun when you actually play it. We actually are not bad at it when we actually fucking try.
It's amazing.
It was a good year. And not only because of these fiscal earnings, but as gamers, I think we all around just won. Really great year of excellent indie games, of excellent AAA games, but mostly indies. It was crazy.
Yeah, indies absolutely stole the show this year, for sure. All right. I think I was supposed to fill this slide out, huh?
No, what I meant with this one is that this would be where the group CEO notes how having his children compete with each other breeds brilliance.
The fuck are you talking about?
No, we don't have one.
We don't have a group CEO?
No. Or, well, we do, but he didn't have time to come to this presentation.
Right.
Oh, okay, so
he doesn't make it to the earnings calls.
Yeah.
Oh, he was here. Yeah. He was here last year.
Well, I mean, he's off like just having a good time,
Yeah,
dude, you made him so much money,
bro.
Ryan.
Like that dude is on vacation this year. That dude's got it. Yeah.
He doesn't need to be here.
He already knew the earnings because he's felt it.
It doesn't feel very family oriented, That's what I'm saying. This thing is about family. It says it right there on the slide, on every single slide.
Hey, man,
but I mean, we all know that dad is never there.
Yeah.
So,
and also, this is a very corporate family business. So,
yeah.
Well, I guess that's the motto for this year: competition breeds brilliance. CBB. We'll fly with that.
I'm down to breed, man. I'm down.
And I hate it. Let's move on. So we have the breakdown of the points totals. In last place, unfortunately, Swift Entertainment. Again, just some poor showings with the counter picks. Solid year otherwise, with some of the heavy hitters. Second place, Lap Banana at 202. I think it was neck and neck right till the end there. Like I feel like the Metroid Prime getting 11, and then what was it? You had an indie that dropped right at the end there.
Got delayed out literally in October.
Yeah, Mina. Yeah, so Metroid Prime scores a little higher. Mina actually comes out. We're talking about a completely different ballgame. But nonetheless, as they did at the Game Awards, Sandfall Interactive carried Emery Studios to victory. Game of the year. What can we say? All the credit goes to Sandfall. It wasn't even my doing,
Game of the year.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's some outlets Game of the Year.
I mean, it's the Game Awards Game of the Year.
I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Steam just announced their Game of the Year, and it happened to be Hollow Knight Silksong, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool, man.
It's cool. Was that televised, or did people watch it at all? Did people pay attention to it whatsoever?
Dude, look how many people are on Steam right now. How many people are on there?
People are playing games on Steam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, one scored a 24, one scored a 22.
We're going to have a Game of the Year episode, and I think there's going to be a lot of heated debate there, is all I'm saying.
Oh, there certainly will. There certainly will.
I'll have you all
congratulations,
yes,
Emery Studios.
Thank you.
Excellent. That was thank you.
We're heading for the three-peat this year. That's where we're headed.
Fuck yeah. I hope you get it.
Well, enough looking back at 2025. Let's look forward to 2026 with the group corporate earnings calls 2026 projections. Little to be said for us, our projections. We're going to stick to our core values, and I'll elaborate a little bit on what these are. Think outside of the box, which basically means we don't pick Xbox games here at Emery Studios. They score terribly. They're awful, and we will not be having any of them on our team.
Outside of the box. That's perfect.
Be an independent thinker. Last year we went with a lot of big names: Kojima, Sid Meier, Pokemon. We relied on the big names. They didn't pull through for us the way we thought they were. Indies stole the show for the entirety of 2025. We will be riding the independent games for hopefully a repeat performance in 2026. And our biggest proclamation and our most important core value is follow your heart. And I'm going to get laughed at for this, but I'm a man who follows my heart. My heart is my guiding key, and it is my proclamation here on this episode of the Famipod podcast.
Can I just pick my first counter pick now, please?
Is that if we cannot win with Kingdom Hearts 4 in the lineup, then we do not want to win in 2026. So I will not be first. It won't be my first pick, but I will be picking Kingdom Hearts 4 at some point in this draft, or in this season.
I'm happy with those projections, especially that last one. I really hope that you follow through with your heart.
Absolutely. Thank you, Curly. Swift Entertainment.
Yes. Our projections for 2026, we strongly believe in our 2026 lineup. The research that we have done shows that none of our games will go below 80%. How do we know that? Trust me, bro. One method we have done to ensure that we're gonna win this year is that we have hired hits on the CEOs of our sister publishers. They are in this call, but they will not be named. And they will die painful deaths.
I can't wait.
We will also think outside of the Xbox because fuck Microsoft.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Lat Banana, the floor is yours.
2026. We've had kind of an uphill battle with these Fantasy Critic leagues, but this year we've proven that we can actually play the game with a proper strategy and planning. But fuck that, let's go crazy. Fuck that, let's go crazy. I'm talking about Beyond Good and Evil first round. Let's fucking go. And also I'm confident that I'll not be in last place again. That's it.
I don't know if you speak beyond good and evil.
Yeah.
Every one of our teams will be on substance enhancements, which is better than using generative AI, by the way.
Fair enough.
Cool. I mean, you'll need it after you get snipered in the face.
It's true.
Snipered
in the face.
All right. And with that, let us activate the league year and begin drafting. We've decided, in fairness, last year, the winner got first pick, the reward for winning. But this year, in all fairness to the other competitors, we've elected to reverse the draft order and allow Swift Entertainment the first pick of the draft. So with that, we will get started. We are live, gentlemen. Swift Entertainment, you are on the clock.
So the first game that we have announced for our lineup for 2026 is the long-awaited, long-hyped Resident Evil Requiem.
Wow. Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
Fantastic game. We've played it here at Swift Entertainment. We all know how fantastic this game is. This is going to be 100 out of 100. We all know it.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. We're all excited for the next chapter in Leon S. Kennedy's adventure, being joined by newcomer Grace Ashcroft, the child of Alyssa Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak. Thank you very much.
Love it.
It's a great pick.
And I see that Curly has not gone ahead and prepared his game.
Well, I thought we couldn't because I don't know what y'all are going to draft.
I mean, as soon as I start rambling about my draft, then you can start.
I wanted to hear about it. Let's see. So you said control, click the thing, and then I can paste what I'm putting. And then how do I get it to fill instead of fit?
In the side panel.
Okay. And then I move it where? Where am I moving it?
Here.
Okay. I have my first pick brought up on the slideshow now. If you don't mind moving on over, that's going to be Saros. You all might be thinking, why aren't you going for GTA 6? And that would have been maybe a wise choice, except I'm not confident that the game's coming out this year. The fact that it's been delayed this much and it's literally hanging on by a thread in November. Listen, I got Mina the Holiday or whatever the fuck I just said.
The Holiday.
I got Mina last year. I don't plan on getting Mina out this year, but I know Saros is coming out, and I just trust. Yeah, I just trust in our boys and girls at Housemarque. This game's gonna fucking rule, and it's gonna do fantastic. It's gonna get me at least 85. I'm saying it right now.
Like it. I like it a lot. That's
Mina, the man from Holland.
Also, hello, Shaboinky Boink. Haven't seen y'all since last year.
I guess, I mean, look, I certainly didn't anticipate, and I did a lot of boasting and like chest puffing about about going with the little guys this year. I certainly didn't anticipate drafting Grand Theft Auto 6 here, but if y'all are just going to let it fall into my lap,
you can choose not
I'm so
to pick
sorry.
it.
I didn't actually draft the game. My bad. I forgot that I have to actually do that. My bad.
But it's this is interesting. Wow, this is quite a pickle you've put me in. I certainly thought that one of you would have picked GTA 6. It's a Rockstar game. How often we get a Rockstar game? Not even once a decade anymore. They push this medium forward like no other developer in the industry, and if this game hits this year, it's an easy 90, like a neat 90 plus. Like there's no chance it doesn't score above a 90. So
I
as
don't
much
disagree
as
at all. Yeah.
Like I will absolutely have to just be picking GTA 6 here, which I don't even have to upload a slide because it's already there.
There you go.
That works. Let me go ahead and lock in that pick. And because this is a snake draft, I will be selecting my next pick, which I have no idea what that is going to be. So 1 second.
Yeah, I mean it's an obvious choice, but like again, I can't go for any zeros for my first drafts, and like I feel like it's literally 50-50. This game could actually come out this year, but it could. There's no reason why they have to stand by any release date anymore.
Carly, yeah, Ryan is doing the next. It's Ryan again.
Oh, I was just talking about Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay.
While he was figuring out his next game.
Yeah. Just to touch back on some of the earlier points. Like, look, I totally get your point on GTA 6. Soros, on the other hand, I'm like, for some reason, when I look at the game, I'm excited for it. I love Returnal. One of my favorite games from the year came out, but like when I look at this game, it doesn't vibe the same way as Returnal. It looks very story heavy. I don't think we've seen Housemarque do that yet, right? Like Returnal's story is very like ambiguous and like mysterious, and just like there's not much there. It's mostly just players filling in like detail. Like Soros looks very story driven. I'm a little skeptical on it. Like just if it's going to live up to the Returnal bar. But
I think it's going to be interesting to see, because one of the really interesting things about Returnal is that like when they pitched it to Sony, they didn't have any story in it. And when Sony were like, yeah, we want to like Sonyfy this game a little bit, so put some story in it. And that's why it's like so sparse.
That makes sense.
But it worked. I think the way they handled the story in Returnal worked really well.
This is the first time Housemarque has made a game from start to finish under Sony's umbrella.
That's true.
Or I think technically they must have started the game while not being acquired, but it was probably from the beginning a Sony published game. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm sure excited to see it.
Absolutely. Let's see. With our next pick. Yep. All right. Hold on 1 second. Y'all, while I pull up this image, y'all discuss amongst yourself.
Isn't Ryan like really fucking stupid?
Yeah, dude, he's so fucking dumb, and I hate his stupid little French hat. He looks like a little stupid French boy. He actually looks like a 1930s burglar, like from a cartoon. He's never even used a bidet. I can't remember what the hats are called, but I kept wanting to say bidet.
It's a beret.
There it is. Oh my god. Stupid.
Control click on the image and then paste.
He blast your ass? Own ass, buddy? What? Oh, the bidet. I was very confused. I still remember Trimmers having the ass blasters. It was so cool.
Why is it not working?
Are you in design mode? Maybe that's the thing. No, it's still a thing in slide mode. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work. Works for me.
You have the photo control clicked and you're pasting the saved image on your clipboard? Or from your clipboard?
Yeah.
Can you drag and drop it at all? Or?
I'm gonna try.
No,
I'm gonna try.
I don't think that works. Maybe it works.
Sorry, everybody on the call currently. Technical difficulties. You know how it goes. We got our IT team on it currently taking a look at it. Our IT team looks like such a little fucking bitch, you know?
Am I our IT team?
Yeah, he's the one working on it.
I mean, dang, man.
Little French ass looking ass. I actually like the costume. It's pretty cool. I appreciate the commitment there. It's great.
No, appreciate you. All right. Well, don't say anything about the image quality here, but with our next pick, another heavy hitter right out the gate. Another risky pick, technically, because it's late in the year for this one, but Insomniac doesn't delay games, so we'll be picking Marvel's Wolverine with our second pick.
That's a good one.
And with that, we'll is this the question I have? Is this the one that gets Insomniac over the hump? Because like they always have this like always the bridesmaid, never the bride thing about them with their games. It's like so close to being the game of the year, but never quite to the high enough level to get them over that hump. I'm curious if this is the one to do it. I don't know.
No,
my gut says no.
So.
But I honestly probably haven't seen enough of this game to tell yet. But my gut, I'm leaning no. And
I've got mine pulled up here.
Well, isn't it me next?
No, Snake Draft.
Snake Draft, yeah.
Oh.
It goes.
So you're gonna pick twice.
Oh yeah, right.
I've got Hollow Knight, Silksong, Sea of Sorrow. Just as the past 4 years that I've drafted Hollow Knight, Silksong. Why break tradition? This game was announced to come out next year. I believe it just because, why would they give a year if they weren't confident on it? Because,
sure.
What? Why would you? Because we all know, it's team share. If they announce something with no year, we would just, automatically assume, well, that's probably not coming out for years. But the fact that, they're like, nah, bro, we got coming out next year. I can't fucking wait for this. And I know it's going to be at least over an 80. So, super down to get it. It would be in the DLC category. So I don't know if I need to draft anything specific for it.
We'll make sure to
add it and
yeah. But yeah, we do allow one pick for expansion, right? I'm not wrong on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Just making sure. But yeah, I'm super confident on this one, and honestly, don't give a fuck what it scores. I can't fucking wait. And I gotta draft the game list of my dreams. Gotta will into existence. Gotta follow my heart. Take the fellow advice of our champion, reigning champion.
I feel that. I feel that in my soul, man. Yeah.
Take the
freestyle.
advice.
Yeah, it's like Snake Draft, whatever that is.
Pulling a French game.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Something about a French game? What was that?
No, nothing.
No. I mean, say it with your chest a little bit.
Little man, damn.
Little man. So the next game that we're gonna announce here as part of our 2026 lineup is Control Resonant.
Yeah. I'm mad that you got that one.
Here at Swift Entertainment, we care a lot about indie games. And as you all know, Control Resonant is an indie game because Remedy is an independent studio and they do self-publish games, which means that Control Resonant is an indie game.
I hate him.
I believe Control Resonant is going to be fantastic.
Say that with a
following
Trump accent.
We believe Control Resident would be fantastic. It would be a great game. Some people say it would be the best game. Dude, should Family Grid corporate guy be Donald Trump?
No,
Please,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't want to be represented by that man.
But yeah, we believe strongly in indie games here. And of course, the original Control was a fantastic indie game that followed Jessie Faden as she went through the oldest house. And of course, now in Control Resident, we're controlling her brother in all of Manhattan, and it's going to be fantastic. We all know it's going to be a great game here at Swift Entertainment. And following up this title, we're going to be announcing another fantastic indie game, 007 First Light. Which is also an indie game, by the way, because IOI Interactive is indeed an independent studio, and they are self-publishing this game.
Little indie darling.
Fantastic. Everyone's been asking for the 007 game. Get him back in there. And we all wanted Uncharted to come back, and this is definitely Uncharted coded, along with Hitman, and looks great, and I'm very excited. We at Swift Entertainment are very excited for the work of IOI Interactive.
Excited for you, absolutely. Great pick.
Stop crying, Ryan. You big GTA 6 and Wolverine. Dennis is obviously the indie guy.
Yeah. Hollow Knight Silk Song, Sea of Sorrow, This fucking big budget ass fucking AAA fucking game. Resident Evil, man. Capcom, they've been doing their own thing for so long.
Yeah, you could argue for Capcom also being an independent studio.
I feel like these are all shots at Stanfall winning indie, and I'm just here to say they have 34 developers. Y'all, shut up.
All right, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit of what I said, just a little bit, because whenever I said hey, I'm not gonna pick GTA 6, that's risky for the bisky. But I also said, let's get fucking crazy.
GTA 7.
Let's get fucking crazy, y'all. I'm pulling up my next game now, and listen, either it happens or it doesn't. If it happens, it's gonna be this year, I feel like. So there we go. Ryan, if you want to go ahead and pull this one up.
Oh man.
Also, I can't remember how to do film. How do you do it?
You got in the side panel. First of all, you didn't control click the image.
I'm control clicking it right now.
Yeah, you're control clicking the Half-Life image, not the image that you're supposed to paste it into.
Oh, you're right. Okay. And then paste it. And then there it is. Very oddly cropped. Half-Life 3. Because there's been and again, this is the running joke of all fucking time for video games, for Half-Life fucking 3 to be an actual thing.
I didn't
listen, everybody, there's been so many rumors that it's actually real, actual store pages that exist for this game. Granted, it might not exist, but the fact that Steam went so hard with announcing so much new hardware for this year, for them to put out a new Steam box or whatever the fuck that thing is called, Steam Machine. If they come out the gates with Half-Life 3 for that console/hybrid with their fucking handheld, they've got a fucking VR headset for Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life 3 makes the most sense. And if they fucking do it, it's going to be one of the biggest game drops of all time. And like, granted, I feel like we should have heard something by now. Like, Game Awards would have been right for this, but it's also Half-Life 3 is a GTA 6 at this point. Like, where it's like, it has that much.
Put it out anywhere.
It's like they could just do the random Twitter post of like, "Hey, we got an announcement," and then it's just going to be the biggest fucking watch along stream of all time.
I feel like it's just gonna be on the front page of Steam one day.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this game's gonna happen. If it actually happens this year, maybe not. But like, this year seems right with all the hardware they're trying to push.
Yeah, my theory with Half-Life 3 is actually that the reason why they're making it is not because they necessarily want to make Half-Life 3. I think the reason why it exists is because they themselves realize that this is the best way possible that they can market the Steam machine. Mm-hmm. Even though you don't need a Steam machine to play it, if all you need to do is like, maybe every Steam machine is bundled with Half-Life 3, or even like if they're like mentioned in the same sentence a lot of people are going to like in their head connect Half-Life 3 to the Steam machine. And I think a lot of people, especially in the console space, if they're like Half-Life fans, they're going to buy a Steam machine to play Half-Life 3.
Mm-hmm. There's also like it's a risky pick, but like we also discussed, we're changing some of the rules for the league this year where unannounced games have like a bonus point to it, right?
Mm.
Yeah. But I don't know quite how that works.
This goes into your unannounced category.
Correct. Which we have one pick for that or two?
Two.
Hell yeah.
Another thing, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but we should fill all of our unannounced slots now. Like
for the first
at this point of the year. Yeah. I think.
I'm down for that. I was going to anyway. So I'm down. I have three that I really want to do, but I'm not going to be able to.
All right, hold on one second, fellas. All right, so now that we've gotten...
Ryan, you're using a lap banana announcement.
Man, that is unfortunate for me.
Just grab one of your old ones. Oh my God, Ryan, just take the fucking frame. There you go.
All right, we're good. We're good. We fixed it. It's all good.
Why isn't it?
All right. So moving on to our next pick. We said we were going indies. This is more in the spirit of the indies than the ones we picked before. A studio's first game. We're going to be going with the highly anticipated Phantom Blade Zero.
Hell yeah!
Can't wait for this one. I feel like this one's got that Lies of P kind of energy to it. I know they've said this isn't a Souls-like, but man, does that combat look unbelievable. Like if this game delivers on what it's promising, this could be another like out of nowhere game of the year runaway. Like I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, that one's on my short list. I was going to pick that one if you didn't.
Absolutely cannot wait for that one. And then another big name, but from a small studio, or to be honest, I don't really know who I don't know much about the first game. I've never played it, but it is another highly anticipated title. We are going with Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah, that was one of my picks from this year, and I wanted to grab it, but like I've been burned too many times with the the early access stuff, just because like sometimes the reviews are going to come in and they're going to be solid, or sometimes you're not going to get enough reviews. So it's a little risky, but I absolutely think it's an amazing pick. I think you're definitely going to get at least 15 points, around 13 to 15 points.
Its first one was 90. It was a 90 on Open Critic. So here's hope.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a good pick. My next pick, I'll go ahead and get the unannounced out of the way, just because like I feel like there's a chance maybe one of you guys are thinking this one. But I was really torn between 3 different ones. One of them obviously being Half-Life 3, which is ridiculous, but I had to do it. Someone had to do it. And then I was torn between 2. One of those being Mario Maker 3. But I still think there's a shot that we're going to get a Mario Maker 2 on the Switch 2. And I don't know if that would count in our draft or anything. So instead, I'm going with, if you can move the slide.
Ooh.
I think we have a solid shot at Luigi's Mansion 4 this year. Just following like patterns for the studio that develops the Luigi's Mansion games, and like following the strategy that they played out with the Switch 1 release. Like Luigi's Mansion 3, I believe, was like a year 2 release, and they're gonna want to like fill in this year with stuff. And like Luigi's Mansion 4 just makes sense to me, strategy wise, for Nintendo, because we know Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. I don't think we're getting a mainline 3D Mario. A 2D Mario is unlikely because Wonder's still so fresh. So I'm in between like a Mario Maker or Luigi's Mansion, and I just feel like Mario Maker 2 would be so well suited as an upgrade with like mouse support. And Luigi's Mansion just needs a new game, especially because they've made it a point to make all the games available. Like they don't normally do that with any franchises, but they've done it with Mario and now Luigi's Mansion. So I'm hoping it comes out. If it does, I know it's going to score well. So
I like it. All right. And we're moving on to Mr. Dennis.
Yes, so the next announcement that we have for the lineup of 2026 is Capcom's Pragmata.
Yeah, okay.
Very nice.
Dude, this game looks awesome.
Also, man, have either of you played the demo for it?
No, I've heard good things. I don't like playing demos anymore. For whatever reason, I just don't
really like playing the demos either.
It's like a little 15-minute demo. It's incredibly fun. I highly recommend.
The game looks gorgeous.
I'm really excited for Pragmata. I really think the game. Yeah, another great indie pick. Exactly. Yeah. Great indie game from Capcom, famous indie studio Capcom. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I think the sci-fi aesthetic looks really cool. I think it has some like really strange and unique gameplay mechanics, like the hacking system that they got. Also, I think it's interesting that it is a platformer with more of like a third person, like a modern third person shooter camera. Like we haven't really seen that before.
Yeah.
So like one thing I think is going to be interesting. I remember this was a thing that I tested in like a demo once that I made, where I had like a third person, like a over the shoulder third person camera with platforming elements. And I remember I tested it with my sister, and she was kind of thrown off by the fact that the character wasn't centered on the screen, but particularly when it comes to platforming. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't have a problem with it, and maybe it's just that she's not as familiar with those kind of games. But I do think it's interesting that this game has platforming elements, and the character is not centered, which is not usually the case in platformers.
That's true. Yeah. No, it looks great. I love all the Mega Man theories as well, because like whether it's actual real or not, you could clearly see there's like Easter egg nod type shit to Mega Man. Game looks dope.
Yep.
So my next or the next game that we have announced here over at Swift Interactive Entertainment. I mean, I know the name of my company. Is Demon Tides. This is actually an indie game.
Wow.
I haven't played the original game. I don't remember what it's called, Demon something. But I do know about this game, and it is highly anticipated. And the first game is very well scores very well. So I'm banking on this and giving me some points.
Hell yeah! It just the cover art alone gives me like Monster Prom vibes, or what was that game that we played?
By the way, both of these games are like 100% Curly games. Like these are 3D platformers with complex movesets.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah. I can't wait for Pragmata. This one, I thought it was going to be like a dating sim just from the cover art, but like it being a platform, I'm excited for that. Hell yeah. I like
the developer of this one is also the one who made Bubsy 4D.
Oh, cool. Okay, my next pick, I decided to go safe with this one, and also one of the things I wanted to do with this initial draft day was kind of fill in the spaces that aren't new games, because I want to wait till we get actual announcements and shit. So let's go ahead and get the unannounced, and then I'm going to get this partial remake out of the way. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. It just seems like easy points. People fucking love the Dragon Quest games. This one's way different than like the HD 2D remakes they've been doing, but also I think it's maybe better for it. Like it's maybe a little more interesting as a reimagining. So I don't know. It's going to be easy points on the board.
All right. So we got Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. You said that's going in your unannounced slot?
No, that's in the Flex or whatever, the partial remakes or whatever the fuck they're called.
Ryan, I just don't understand how we've played this game. This is the third year we're playing this, and you've never heard of the concept of a flex slot.
Like, we've used this.
So he said getting his unannounced game out of the way.
No, I was saying I got those out of the way, and I'm going to try and fill out the other spots that aren't new games, so I'm going to fill out my flex spot. Gotcha.
100% Curly game. Ryan will be caught dead playing an indie game.
I love you so much, Boy.
Never change.
All right. With that, I will. I'm up next. I'm gonna get one of my unannounced games out of the way. Let me just go ahead and post it in here. 1 second, fellas.
I added a new slot for you here.
Just seeing both of your cursors just hovering over this is.
I mean, what is it, Curly? Ryan, oh my God. You're supposed to control click and then paste, not delete it.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing this over and over, and you just started doing it wrong all of a sudden.
I mean, this is how I've been doing it since the start, man. My bad. Anyway, with my first unannounced pick, I'm going to take the rumored God of War Greek project. There was rumored it was going to get announced at the Game Awards, but it's supposed to be like in the vein of like a
Prince of Persia,
Lost Crown, Prince of Persia. If this is actually coming out this year, this is easy points. This is an easy 90. Dude,
I hope this game is real.
So this is specifically the Metroidvania game.
Yes,
not like the next mainline God of War.
No, it's an unannounced new God of War Greek project is what I'm selecting in the Fantasy Critic. All right, so hold on 1 second. We actually draft the game.
I hope it's
All
real.
right.
I would love that.
I think there's too much smoke for it not to be real at this point. All right, and then let's see. And then I think I'm going to get one of my new game franchises out of the way here. I went to war with them last year, and they maybe didn't go the way I wanted it to, but like they don't miss that often. Like, and granted, it's in the same vein as the game that came out last year, but I just don't see them like missing to that degree twice. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is very hard to do while running the slideshow and everything.
I mean, you just gotta get good, man.
Yeah. So wait, tell me how am I supposed to do this? Control, click, paste.
You have to control click the image that was there, and then
Yeah, but you deleted it now.
Okay, hold on.
Can you control Z to bring it back? Ah, there we go. That should work.
This one.
So control, click, and then paste. And then image fit or whatever it is. I can't believe he's drafting Slay the Spire 2 again.
I had it twice. That didn't work. That is
whatever. Just put it. Just do your thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like it.
We're riding with FromSoft for another year.
Yeah,
Dust Bloods.
I like that one. That's good.
Cannot wait. We're finally getting Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, dude, it literally looks so much like Bloodborne. It's not even funny.
But like, isn't this a multiplayer game?
Yeah, it's like a PvP, right? It's so weird.
It's Elden Ring Night Ring, but that can run on the Switch too.
Well, no, Elden Ring was more PvE, right?
I think these are supposed to be the same thing.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. I thought this was more PvP, which is interesting because, like, granted, I love that FromSoft and also Miyazaki specifically making a Switch 2 game. So that's also already really cool. But the fact that, like, man, we're getting a multiplayer focused Switch 2 game. Like, Nintendo's like online play and like multiplayer in that to that degree has never been good. And quite frankly, FromSoft's multiplayer stuff's always been really kind of convoluted to me. So like I'm really interested.
I mean, it hits though.
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean,
people love.
I can't wait to try this when I eventually do. I still haven't played Night Rain, so yeah, I'm excited for it. But I mean, I could easily see this scoring well. I would not be surprised at all.
I added a slide here for you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my next one, I wanted to catch this that I had from last year, as well as like, you know, me and Dennis, we're the indie homies, so I had to throw this.
Oh,
one in there.
Just
we're just the indie guys. This one is one that like I hope comes out next year, but like who knows at this point? It's Witchbrook. It's like it's an indie game. It's an indie game. You're witches. You're going to school, almost Hogwarts-esque. But it's like kind of top-down isometric, and it's got beautiful pixel art. And like previews and everybody that's played the game adore it. And everyone's just like, when, please fucking come out. And like everybody thought it was going to come out last year, but it got delayed. I think it got like shadow delayed, where they never really had a date, but they said it was coming out last year. So, you know, maybe it'll be this year, maybe fucking 4 years from now. I'm going for it.
Like it. I like it. Good pick. Good pick.
All right, let's see here.
Ryan didn't even pick it. Jeez. He knew about it.
I mean, you know,
2
there
years
are
in a row.
plenty of
they
other
didn't
indie
pick
games
it.
that I would pick.
Oof.
So I'm gonna go ahead here and pick another game from famed indie studio Capcom with Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I like that.
Let's see, this is you haven't drafted yet, Curly.
Oh, fuck, man. I'm sorry. I'm doing it right now. I literally found it in the fantasy league and just didn't draft. Then I closed that tab out. All right, I got it.
Let's see. So my next title that I'm picking is going to fill up one of my unannounced slots, and that is Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake.
Whoa, dude.
We're getting 2 Resident Evils in the same year?
Yes.
That's wild. Dude, I would love that.
Well,
Code
I'm
Veronica
mostly
remake?
I'm mostly
Swinging for
banking
the
on
fences.
I'm mostly banking on the announced points for this one.
Yeah. That would be sick. That would be fucking dope.
This year is the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil.
Mhm.
I think they're going to announce some stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, Code Veronica is like the game that I want the most to be remade like right now.
Yeah.
I love Resident Evil, but I do not like old school fixed camera angles, tank controls, Resident Evil. I like the new stuff, the new kind of control scheme, and I really liked Claire Redfield in Resident Evil 2. And my understanding is that this is essentially a sequel to her appearance in Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to play that.
Dude, I played this on the fucking Dreamcast way back. Like, the game rules. Something tells me, like, we're going to get that game remade. Something tells me they're going to remake the first one again. And for whatever reason, I feel like they're going to do that before Veronica. But, like, that's just... it. Like, I feel like, yeah, they did remake part 1 for, like, the GameCube. But, like, they want to remake, like, RE2-esque of the original. And I feel like they would do that before Veronica. Personally. But I don't know. There's a really cool sandworm in that game.
And Mr. Curley, you are...
Yeah, so for this one, you know, me, Dennis, the indie guys over here with our Capcom games and indies, I went with another one that, like, I didn't really know much about up until, like, Gamescom. Eugenics. A lot of people got to play it, and it's the basically the dude that did Binding of Isaac finally coming out with a new game. And I'm just honestly going for points, because if it comes out, it's gonna be fucking baller. So hoping it comes out. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of buzz from Gamescom, people that played it.
Like it. I like it. Good pick. Good pick. Let's see. All right, I'm on the board. Let's see.
Also, like roguelites, man, I don't know. I kind of want to go and play Binding of Isaac because I never really gave that game a fair shot. Like I played a little bit of it, but didn't really get it. And now I feel like I would adore it.
I'm just not really a fan of roguelikes.
I learned that I am. I really fucked with Balatro, of course, and then just watching Alex play. What was the other card game? I can't remember, but
Inscription.
yeah, that one. Then the God of War roguelite mode. Awesome.
I'll pick that
Hades.
second one real quick. Y'all keep filibustering for me.
Remember that you still have one unannounced slot you have to do.
Yep.
How many more games are we picking?
Oh, we have to
We're
pick
drafting
9.
8.
I thought it was.
We're supposed to draft 8.
Oh,
You didn't change that?
maybe I didn't.
That would be one more
see.
game, right?
Well, we're drafting 9 now, I suppose.
No, that would be 2 more, and it would be 8. Wait, why do we have to do a certain number?
Because it's 24, and that if we drafted 8, then we would draft 8 at all 3 points that we're playing.
Why don't we still just do that though?
Because we've already set to draft 9.
Oh, wait, you have to do it that way?
Unless Ryan can go in and
yeah,
edit
I was gonna
it
say
now.
like we could just draft those, and we can't just be like, oh no, end it. Like,
I don't think so.
Well, we still have counter picks coming up too. So
yeah,
I'll have
counter
to see
picks
what
are in addition to that.
Okay, I'm going to go with my next pick. Keeping the indie train rolling, one that Curly snaked from me last year. Probably my most anticipated indie of all time. Yacht Club Games follow up to Shovel Knight, Mina the Hollower. Mm-hmm. They've said since they, I read a Jason Schreier book. They talked about how they wanted to set up a core of games that mimicked Nintendo's start with Mario and Zelda and Metroid. They had their Mario moment with Shovel Knight. This is supposed to be their Zelda moment with Mina the Hollower. I think they're going to deliver. I think this is an easy score. I was so upset with you for taking this one from me last year, Curly. So happy it didn't come out. I think this is easy points.
Mina the Hollander.
Yeah, and I absolutely wanted to make this one of my first picks. It's just something feels weird about the delay. Like it's odd the way that it almost felt like hey, this is delayed indefinitely, but like it could have I was still like wondering like maybe it will still come out in December or something. But like it just seemed odd the way that they came about the messaging for it, where I'm like, man, is this game is it like an overhaul thing, or is it like are they scrapping things, or is this turning into a Hollow Knight Silk Song is what I'm wondering. Like
it
felt like a let's get away from Hollow Knight.
They did talk about how this game is have had development issues.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm wondering is like the Hollow Knight comparison I meant is like where it's like that game was in development for so long because it just kept doing more and more, changing, scrapping, adding. Like, is that this case? I don't know. I mean, I just something was weird there where I was like, ooh, I don't know if this game coming out. I don't know.
Jason Schreier did a report on it, and he was saying that this game was initially directed by like a fresh junior developer at Yacht Club Games, and as in someone who's not very experienced, so they just kind of kept missing deadlines over and over again, hence why the game is still not out yet. And apparently recently, what's his name? I think it's Sean Velasco. I think he's CEO of Yacht Club. And also I think he was director on Shovel Knight. He's now taken over the project.
Cool.
And to bring it to the finish line. and it gives me a little bit of like kind of the fact that they've changed directors of the game so late in development.
Yeah.
I
think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be
fantastic.
Great.
So
yeah, I'm just like wondering how much they're backtracking on dev. Like that's literally all it came down to for me. Because like, dude, I can't fucking wait for this either. Like and it's literally like they could be like, hey, it's coming out next month now. It's like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. Or it could just be dead silence forever. And I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, and I mean, this game has taken like way longer than they thought, and I think they also made some kind of statement that they're like they're in like financial trouble as well.
Really?
What? And I mean, that's kind of why they're doing like this remake of Shovel Knight. And
oh yeah, the Shovel Knight 64. Or are you talking about the actual like the deluxe edition thing?
The DX one.
Yeah.
And
I thought Shovel Knight was just a cash cow. Like that sucks.
And apparently, like the spin-off games didn't do as well. So
they did fall into the trap of like DLC for free for backers and stuff for a long time.
Exactly. Like I said from the very beginning, that it's dumb that they're giving out the DLC for free. Like I know it was part of the Kickstarter thing, but it was also like not really part of the Kickstarter thing that these DLCs would be to the scale that they ended up doing them. Yeah. Like initially they were supposed to be to the scale of was it Plague of Shadows it was called, the first one that no one really liked.
And then just you play as the Plague Doctor but through the exact same game.
Yeah, exactly. And people didn't really like it. So when they did Spectre of Torment, like that was essentially a new game.
Yep.
And they gave it out for free. And I think that was a massive mistake. And I also think it was a massive mistake that it was actually part of Shovel Knight. Like it should have been a separate game.
It's one of those things where it's like, and like Silksong is apt here in comparison, where it's just like, dude, like as far as like being consumer friendly, that's incredible. But like, I would have so happily paid more money for Silksong. I would have happily paid for the DLC they're releasing. It's just like, no, yeah. I appreciate what you're doing, but like, let us give you the money, especially like in Yacht Club's instance. Nobody would have been like, oh, well, you told me the DLC. Like, bro, the scale and the quality of what you've put out, like everyone would have been cool with paying for it, man.
Especially if they were just like transparent with it, when it's like we did Plague of Shadows and it wasn't really well received, and that was like what we promised. So that would have been a thing where this is what we promised, and it clearly wasn't what we thought it was gonna be. Mm-hmm. And now we're giving you something more than we promised, which means that we're gonna, and like that means that we need to charge for it. Yeah. And we've essentially made a new game.
Yeah.
So I think people would have totally understood, especially once people started playing Spectre of Torment and realized how good it was. Mm-hmm. I think people would have been completely fine with it.
All right.
This is kind of what happens when you take like it's great to be like consumer friendly and all that until your company doesn't run anymore, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And moving on. I'm gonna swing for the fences with this one. Curly, I hope you appreciate this one. This one's for you. Square Enix been real quiet lately. You know, other than these HD 2D remakes, and Octopath, like they just, I don't know where their heavy hitters are, but they're not coming out recently. And I feel like they're due up for a big year, and I think it's this year, and I think they're gonna do it with one of those games being a HD 2D remake for Chrono Trigger.
Hell yeah. Yeah, buddy. I hope you're right.
Oh, I have no basis for this one. This could be complete misfire, but I believe it. There's so much there's so much goodwill for those HD 2D games. Like it just makes so much sense. Like,
and this is the one everybody wants. Like, there's absolutely basis for this because, like, the fact that no offense, the fact that we got Live Alive before we got Chrono Trigger is crazy. But maybe that was like a test bed of like, what can we get away with? Like, dude, a Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake would fuck so hard, and I hope it happens, man. This year, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Because they just put these out kind of whenever all the time. So that's a good pick. I would be super happy if you're right. Let's see. I've got my next one pulled up now. I'm going pretty safe with this one. Mostly going for points. I decided to go with. Want to scroll on? Oh my god!
The fact that it was still on the board makes
yeah. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. The next like mainline Fire Emblem game, it's gonna be good because it's fucking Fire Emblem. Engage was a little like whatever, but this is more in line with like an actual sequel to Three Houses, and that franchise lately has just been on the up and up with like the main title. So yeah, can't wait. That one's gonna get me on the board for sure, and gonna give me a boner.
Okay.
Sure.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's fantastic for you, man.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for you.
I really appreciate it.
And Japitas.
Means a lot.
So my next pick, just trying to find a good image for this. Yeah, this one works. My next pick is another fantastic game, supposedly or maybe possibly being announced from famed indie studio Capcom.
Man,
God damn it!
Resident Evil 1 remake.
He's calling for three.
I believe. I do not believe that both Code Veronica remake and Resident Evil 1 remake will be coming out this year. I do, however, believe that both of them will be announced as part of the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil.
I mean, you're cooking. You're cooking there. Yeah.
It is rumored right now that there are multiple Resident Evil remake projects in development, including Code Veronica, Resident Evil 1, and Resident Evil 0.
Hell yeah.
And I would love a remake of Resident Evil 1, especially featuring the appearance of Jill from Resident Evil 3 remake. She looks fucking fantastic in that game, in my opinion.
Dio said it'd be so funny if they just shadow dropped like Metroid Prime Remastered. That'd be insane. No, there's no fucking shot, but that would be insane. Oh, man, yeah. Bold to pick both on the same year. I appreciate it though.
Quite very bold. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
There is no entry for Resident Evil 1, so I'm just gonna do an unlisted entry for Resident Evil 1 remake.
Your list is all like Capcom, first of all, but also just Resident Evil coded. Veronica.
Coded Veronica.
That's awesome.
It got added to the regular section, but I'll move it later to unannounced. Yeah. I need to pick a new franchise game.
Oh yeah, my Dragon Quest Reimagined went to regular game instead of Flex. Stupid. It's literally called Reimagined.
Reimaginings count as new games.
What? Really?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, because
that
they're
shouldn't
like
be the
different
case.
enough. They're like in the class of like Final Fantasy VII remake and like the Resident Evil remakes. They count as new games, basically.
Interesting. Okay. Well, shit, that means I get another Flex slot. I didn't even think about that. You get one more, two more?
Dennis has now selected 9.
Yeah, I get two more. But yeah, I'm supposed to select one more now, and then I get one on the return later.
I mean, we could just make this the final, and right? Like, or no, we literally have to do 9.
I don't know. I mean, Ryan, you could go in and check if you can change it.
Still. Oh no, he did both of them. Oh, he didn't do Kingdom Hearts. He's a lying liar.
I said I'd have it. That's like throughout the year. I didn't say necessarily I'd draft it.
Oh, okay. So wait, at what point would you draft it, if not now?
What?
At what point would you draft it, if not now?
I'll get it right after we're done.
We're not doing bidding this year.
Yeah.
What do you mean we're not doing bidding?
Yeah,
that's what we talked about
sessions.
this morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, Ryan. We're doing 3 sessions. 3 draft sessions.
You know what? Didn't read that. Didn't read
Dude,
that.
I've talked directly to you about this. And you were like, yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Huh. Okay, so yeah, I can't decrease.
The idea is that we're doing we're doing 1/3 now. We're doing 1/3 after Summer Game Fest, and we're doing 1/3 after Gamescom. This way, the entire game happens on stream.
Okay. All right. Fair. Well, then I will make. I thought I had one more pick, which was going to be Kingdom Hearts 4.
When is Gamescom? By
if that's not.
In like end of August, I believe.
That's wild.
September.
We're gonna have to pick 8 games coming out in that small amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like basically it's the timing is like fairly good because, like after Summer Games Fest is like after all of the games get announced because there are more events happening around Summer Game Fest, and then after that you got wait, what happened?
I changed it to 8.
Dennis only has 7.
Yeah, but I only have 7 games.
I'll add it. Wait, it says you have 8. You have 8.
He has 8?
No, it says I have 7. What are you talking about?
Oh, you do have 8.
Requiem, Resident, First Light, Pragmata, Demon Tides, Onimusha, and then 2 Resident Evils.
Yeah, the top games drafted says 7, but there are 8 games.
The top, I guess the top is wrong.
Oh, it doesn't count. There's one remake.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're doing counter picks now?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the order?
And
for that?
another rule with the unannounced ones: we can't counterpick the unannounced games because they're obviously risky.
That's fair. I like that.
What? No. That was what they were gonna be.
That's too easy.
Then we were all just gonna counterpick the unannounced games. That's not interesting.
I think that makes it more fun because it's like if you're gonna pick that unannounced, you have to stick
Every one
to
of
your
us
guns.
would have just auto picked an unannounced game because they're inherently riskier.
Well, they're technically less risky. I think we should allow it because, like, that means whenever you pick an unannounced game, you were just
interesting.
You were sticking to that gun that is going to come out.
Counterpicks is just way more interesting if you have to pick a game that's actually has the
That might
actual
be
risk
good,
coming
yeah.
out.
Yeah, well, I guess, but like the strategy is to pick a game that's not going to come out.
Is it going to be one counter pick per draft? I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, we only have
let me
two.
make sure I have that set.
Oh, we have 3 spaces. I mean, I think I don't know if I agree. Just because the nature of like when you counterpick a game and it just gets delayed, you're stuck with it. So it's like the same concept. Like, you know what I mean?
We could just have it where we can't drop our unannounced games.
No, that's not my point. I just mean like the whole point of counterpicking is you want to use that as a strategy where it's like, if I don't want to lose any points, I want to pick a game that I don't think is going to come out.
You can still do that with the games that are not unannounced.
Exactly. If we allow counterpicking unannounced games, then that's just the obvious one to counterpick, and that makes counterpicking too easy.
I don't think so, because I mean, to be fair, like unannounced game, if you pick Luigi's Mansion, like that might be good or bad for you. I think that makes it more interesting.
No, I think it makes it way more interesting if you have to counterpick a game that's actually confirmed slated to come out this year.
But then it doesn't get then it gets delayed anyway, and then you're stuck with it.
Yeah, but the thing with the unannounced ones is that the reason why we have the whole 10-point thing on them is because we don't even know if they're going to be coming out this year.
Right, but that's why it's
we
more
have
of a risk.
10-point announce on it.
It's more risk reward if you're stuck with it.
It's not as fun. It's not as fun if you got to if you're just going to take the unannounced games. That's too easy.
Yeah, if we allow that, all of us are just going to pick the unannounced games.
It doesn't require any strategy.
Yeah,
it is
the safest pick.
I disagree.
It is the safest pick.
It's
now the absolute safest pick is unannounced Chrono Trigger remake because there are absolutely no rumors suggesting that is happening.
I would pick the Resident Evil Code Veronica.
I think it's way better if we just pick the games that actually have release windows and stuff.
My problem is because that's partially why I got fucked this last year is because the counterpicks that you had got me stuck with the game. So it's if that's part of the strategy, then it needs to be all or none. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Where it's
they changed this year. The league changed this year.
Diego agrees. No unannounced is definitely better.
I just for example, Mouse PI was one that technically it's announced, but it's an indie game that's probably not going to come out. You know what I mean? If we pick indies that probably aren't going to come out, that's the same concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we didn't do that. We don't have the option to wait and see if it's not going to come out this time because we're drafting.
There's games that are announced but don't have release years, but we could technically draft that as a strategy too. That's it just doesn't. The
nothing
lineation
that's been picked so far doesn't have a release year other than unannounced.
I mean, we could draft things that don't have a release date though.
Yeah, and that means
that's on you.
That's on you, and that's
picking an unannounced game is on you. That's my point. If you stick it in the guns, you want the extra points, the extra 10 points.
We have an unannounced category, which means there are slots that you have to fill, which means that they are inherently more risky because you have to pick a game that hasn't been announced.
Listen, if I'm outvoted, fine. I just disagree.
Yeah, I think I'm on Dennis's side with this one, man. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I know they've explained it. I just disagree because again, you could pick Witchbrook because Witchbrook doesn't have any release.
You explained it so many times.
You could just pick that game because it doesn't have any release date, year, or anything. But that's the same concept.
It's set estimated 2026.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but
you can just click on it. It says that.
Yeah, but
that's not.
I wouldn't pick from the because it was already delayed out of 2025. I'm not gonna I wouldn't pick. Yeah. All right. Anyway, it's my counterpick.
Yeah, I don't know because the strategy behind counterpicks is you want to pick a game that's not going to come out, unannounced games throws a wrench in that for me. I just don't think the rules make sense there. It's
a
fine.
game that's not going to come out,
we can
or
move on.
A game with low points, with the game that you think will score the lowest.
I mean, sure, but we'd have to agree to that, like, as well. Like, we have to agree, like, we're not going to go for games that might not release. We just want to go for games that are actually going to score. That has to be.
No, like I mean, I agree with you that part of the strategy is to pick games that we don't think are going to come out, because those would give us like a net zero. But that should not include the unannounced games. Like, I think it would be incredibly dumb to have a rule where, you can't counterpick a game that doesn't have a release date.
That's what we can draft games with that release dates. That's what I'm saying.
But like the
eugenics doesn't have any.
Like
eugenics doesn't have any release date. There's no telling.
We're literally talking about games that do not exist.
I mean, but they do.
Sure.
It's like, are we going to seriously say like Code Veronica Remake doesn't exist? It's like, we know that game's going to come out.
It doesn't exist in the public.
We're arguing in circles. It doesn't matter. We can move on. I don't like it.
All right. With my first counter, well, I guess with the only counter pick I'm using here, I'm going to take Demon Tides.
Oh, it's your funeral, I suppose. I think it's going to score pretty well.
Oh, you're right. You sold me. I'm changing my pick.
You've already picked it.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
What you gonna counterpick? Mr. Lapanetta?
Let me think.
Man, that's a lot of Capcom, Dennis. So much Capcom.
I mean, let's be honest. Capcom, they're fucking awesome.
Wait, which one did you just pick? Sorry.
Demon Tides.
Demon Tides. Okay, I guess I'll go Onimusha.
That one is, I think, kind of fair. Like I mean, Onimusha, obviously there are multiple games in the series, but this is a drastically different one.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a banger, or it could be like a
Yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't bet against Capcom, like modern Capcom. Like, they just pump out bangers.
I don't really think,
of course, do that.
I don't think there's a solid answer here anyway. Like, all these games seem like they're going to be good. I don't know. Dust Bloods is the only one that I was like maybe going to go for, but like I feel like betting against FromSoft's a bad idea.
Are you gonna draft it?
Oh, it's just like an. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do the unwise thing and counterpick the Duskbloods.
Okay.
I like it.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be well received, but like not. I think it's gonna be a 70 somewhere kind of game.
Okay. I can see it. Like I said, Night Rain only got 9 to 10 points, something like that. And it's Switch 2 exclusive. So, or at least right now it's announced Switch 2 exclusive, right? That can change.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's published by Nintendo, so it's definitely going to remain a Switch 2 exclusive.
Yeah.
How long before a Dustbloods character is in Smash Bros?
Never.
pretty sick, though. So okay, circling back to the unannounced, are we making it to where we can't drop, or
the unannounced games?
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean, the way I think dropping should work is that when we start the next draft, we have like a council where it's like, I would like to drop this, something like that.
Okay, I like it.
But okay, but then going back to like the risk versus reward with the unannounced, like, can we just like change our minds once like things start getting announced, or like what's the?
No, I think the unannounced should be like locked in.
Okay.
The unannounced, that's like you went for it and that's it. That's why they had to pick them all now.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And
then,
personally, I would kind of go with you can't even drop anything, because that's just kind of only
if we're only doing drafts, if we're going with 3 drafts, there's really not an opportunity to get another game if you drop one. So I kind of feel like there's just no drops.
When you do that draft, you would get to fill that slot as well. What we did with this whole new structure is inspired by how I play it with some of my other friends, and I think the reason why I pitched we did it for the show is because it makes it for better TV, basically. I think the way we did drops is that we only allowed a drop if the game was confirmed not to come out this year, because it makes it more interesting to have a game that actually comes out this year instead. So, like, for example, if one, like, Ryan, you picked GTA 6. If they confirmed that GTA 6 is coming out in 2027, then I think it is more interesting that you replace it with something that's actually coming this year and have the risk of getting a negative point instead than getting a 0.
Yeah,
but we don't have to play it that way. That's how we played it.
Yeah, the only problem with that is like kind of like Ryan was saying, like before we were able to like do that on our own time, but like if we came to the drafts and we're like, hey, I want to drop 3 games because they're not announced. Now you just got like 3 extra drafts over the other people. Like, just seems kind of I don't think it works without the bidding system in that case, because like the bidding system, at least everybody kind of has free game after the draft to like scoop up things, research, kind of drop things and pick other things up. Like everybody's equal opportunity there. But like if honestly, like I would be way more risky with games if that was the case though. Like I'm fine with it, but like I'm just saying, like that changes strategy for sure. Because again, like you could just pick games that you don't have any idea, and you're not really at risk because the next draft you're going to be able to pick 5 more games than the other guys if theirs isn't like delayed or something.
Oh, you only get 1 drop. Like even if we were doing like the drops that way, it's not like you could be picking.
Before we weren't limited to 1 drop for delayed games. It was just games that were still set to release.
Right. It's still set to release. You're right.
So I don't know. I feel like it's without the bidding or drafting in between, I don't think drops work at all. So I feel like we do have to just eliminate drops. I'm
fine with that. Live by what you draft. If we're doing 3 drafts,
I mean that's just how I play anyway. I don't really think about dropping. I commit.
What if we did just decide like, well, each of us get 1 drop per draft if we want to, but you don't have to. And that could be for delayed games. It could be for whatever, as long as it didn't release yet.
Okay. So here's the caveat that I would propose is that if we do drops, when you drop your game, you're penalized. It's like a compensatory pick. So essentially you're going to pick your replacement for that game after the draft, not before.
Yeah, it should definitely happen after.
Yeah,
100%. But yeah, and I would personally go with the idea you can only replace if it's confirmed not to come out, because it's more interesting to have an active game than one that's not relevant.
But it just doesn't, because again, if like 3-year games are delayed and ours aren't, then like you're just like getting 3 free picks at the end of the draft. Like,
also remember, this is also only really gonna be relevant. Like there's still like a space after the final draft, there is still a space where games could be announced not to come out, and you don't have the ability to replace them.
Yeah. That's true.
And also, like, this is like games being delayed to the next year. It's not that common of an occurrence that it would give you that many more picks.
It doesn't happen this early in the year for sure. Usually delayed to next year is for bigger titles, maybe, but like, it doesn't happen very often.
Usually happens towards the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again,
but anyway, we can keep discussing how we want to do this until the next draft in like June. So
yeah, I feel like without bidding, still we need to be more strict on dropping. Personally, but yeah, is that it?
yep. That's it.
We did it.
We did it.
Good corporate earnings group call 2026 part 1.
Exactly.
We'll have to have 2 more parts this year.
I like it.
Indeed.
I like it. I definitely wasn't paying attention to the 3 drafts idea. I don't have a game with an actual release date set to come out until September, so I'm going to have no points for quite a while. But yeah, this was fun as always. Look forward to defending my title, gentlemen. Best of luck to you. Any final words before we depart for the night?
Ryan hates indie games.
Yeah.
We've all learned that today.
Interesting. That's quite an interesting take.
I mean,
considering I'm the reigning champion and I won on the back of indies, I mean,
he did counterpick an indie game.
It's true.
And he is, in fact, the only one who counterpicked an indie game.
Mm-hmm.
I counterpicked the game that with the projected lowest amount of points.
But it just happened to be
Which also happened to be an indie game.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, a fact is a fact, you know?
Yeah.
So we could always look back at 2025 to see y'all's counter picks. Did we Dennis counterpicked Dispatch, Mixtape, and Mouse PI for Hire, all 3 indie games. Let's see. Curly
His nickname is
Metal
AAA Ryan after all.
I'm just saying, we can look back at last year's list of games and clearly see that I'm the indie guy.
All you need to do is look at my draft and see that I've only supported indie games. I've only supported
That's true.
games from
AAA companies. Yeah,
no, I mean they're all indie games.
they're definitely
Capcom
not
is
all
an
indie
indie
games.
studio. They're independent.
That is not true. That is definitely not true.
I mean, do you know anybody that owns Capcom?
Capcom owns Capcom. Capcom is a publisher.
Exactly, and that means they're independent.
They're a publisher. What are you talking?
Yeah, they're an independent publisher.
Yeah, also,
they're publishing their own games.
I did counterpick Metal Eden, but you also counterpicked Lost Soul Aside, which is an indie game. One indie guy, just one dude, man. That's fucked up.
Sony published.
Yeah, made by one
Sony
guy.
published game, man.
It's an indie
Yeah,
game.
it's made by one guy. Clearly indie game.
Yeah.
I mean, we know by the rules of Game Awards that indie games can be published by the largest, one of the largest publishers in Korea. So
yeah.
Oh man, this is some pretty heavy copium from you guys. Best of luck to you guys for trying to stay above water this year. I know it's a tall task trying to compete with me, so good luck to you both. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It would be really interesting, like as a completely separate thing, to have like a separate draft where you get every game from one publisher.
That would be cool. I thought about that. Well, the problem is, I thought about doing it from like the big three. Like one of us gets Nintendo, one of us gets PlayStation, and one of us gets Xbox. And I was thinking I'd pitch that and follow the sort of take Xbox, but then I was like, nah, I don't want to.
I mean, it would be interesting if we just did like, okay, pick any publisher, and I'm immediately reserving Capcom. Like, just say it.
No, I've got Nintendo.
That'd be tough. That'd be very tough. I don't know where I'd go after that.
And like another, like there's like you need someone that has like good output as well.
Yeah.
Like if you were to pick PlayStation,
have
like
a lot
you
of
only
volume.
get like 2 games. Like they would score well, but you only get 2 games basically, if anything. But Nintendo has like good output, but like a lot of their games,
Some of them are mid,
aren't
but
necessarily. Yeah, they're some.
We'd have to have We'd have to have much smaller rosters because after
Square Enix
Nintendo
would be a good
and
pick,
Capcom,
I think. They put
No,
out
I
a lot
mean,
of games.
the way I think
Square put out 1 game last year, right? Or 2 games last year. They put out I guess. If the remakes count, but like,
yeah, I mean, they also put out a lot of the games that we never hear about or play, like the random ones, right?
Yeah, like we would really like go in and check like, okay, like what is every game that they publish, like even like some weird ass mobile game or whatever.
Yeah.
Like literally every game that they publish, we add to the list. During that year, I think that would be pretty fun. I think just like as a completely separate thing, and that would obviously be completely like automated. Basically, like there's no creativity in the picks. You just pick the publisher and that's it.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I forgot about a lot of these. There was Bravely Default, Evil East Chronicles, Dragon Quest 1-2 Remake, Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, whatever the fuck that is. There was a Life is Strange collection, apparently. That's pretty cool. Technically, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth released on Windows.
that's true. Although I wouldn't be able to draft that in any particular category, not in any category that we had live last year.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if we did the publisher draft, we would probably have to open up a space for like re-releases or ports, like just because, like,
yeah.
I mean, we would just do every slot is a custom slot that has no restrictions.
Yeah, because I'm even thinking like Nintendo, they port dumb shit all the time.
Yeah, and where it's like, literally every game. Like with Nintendo, you could even argue like the games that are no, they wouldn't be on the draft. But so yeah, with Nintendo, we wouldn't include like Virtual Console or Nintendo Classics releases because they're on technically new games.
I would like to point out real quick, just because y'all are talking a lot of mess. Of the 3 of us, Dennis has one, and I'm going by the Game Awards definition of what would qualify for Indie of the Year. You have 1 game on your board that would make that qualification. Curly has 3, and I have 3. So I don't want to hear any more bullshit about you 2 are the indie guys. Of none of that. No more of that. I don't want to hear any more of that.
Ryan, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 indie games. And in fact, the only game that I've counterpicked is a published game, where the game is published by Nintendo and the studio is owned by what are they called again? Kawawa or something like that. So it's distinctly not independent.
I would also like to point out that there were several games that ended up dropping last year, such as like Mino the Hollower didn't come out, such as Slay the Spire 2, which didn't come out.
What does that have to do with anything?
Witchbrook, I'm just saying, I drafted more indie games than you.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Did you? Hold on.
You just said we had 3 each, but like I had dropped several.
No, that was. I'm talking about this year. This year we have 3 each.
Wait, how would you know what game of the year worthy ones are this year? What do you mean?
Not game of the year worthy. That would be that would fit the criteria for indie game under the Game Awards banner.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Which basically means games that feel like indie games.
I see what you mean. Hey, man.
But they can be, in fact, Dave the Diver, published by one of the biggest publishers in Korea.
I mean, it could be.
Also, I had 7 indie games on my board last year. Y'all can get fucked.
I mean, were they made by Fame Indie Studio Capcom?
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Shaboy, Capcom is just a very successful indie studio. Ryan is obviously hating on indie studios doing well.
Let's see, I had 1.
Diego, Ryan has betrayed indie gaming. Shaking my head. It's some age my head.
7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, man. I'm counting 10. Plus the ones that I dropped, like Witchbrook, Slay the Spire 2.
10?
Yeah. Lumines, Sword of the Sea, Keeper. Well, I guess Keeper doesn't count anymore because they got bought by Microsoft.
It definitely does not count.
Possessors, Mouse PI, Mina the Hollower, Blueprints, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Octopath. Oh, wait. Octopath is Square. Never mind. Well, yeah, I guess that still counts.
Yeah. No, Octopath is not an indie. Neither is Ninja Gaiden.
Ragebound's not an indie game?
No.
What studio made that?
Wait, Ninja Gaiden? It was made by Platinum Games. They're independent.
Yeah.
But the game is published by Koei Tecmo.
They published the license.
Well, no. Developer was the Game Kitchen. Publisher Dotemu, known for Streets of Rage 4, TMT, Shredder's Revenge. License holder is
wait, were we talking about Ragebound or Ninja Gaiden 4?
Ragebound.
Oh.
Also, Hollow Knight looks like.
Ninja Gaiden 4 was published by Xbox Game Studios. That's definitely not an indie
4,
game.
yeah. 4, not Ragebound.
Yeah.
Well,
So in that case, we both had 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count. Lumines, Sword of the Sea, Possessors, Mouse PI, Mina, Blueprints, Ragebound, and Hollow Knight Silksong. Plus Slay the Spire 2 and Witch Drops. Suck it. Fucking sweet 3 A's.
You can just call me the 2-time champion. No need to bring up the sweet tea.
The
moniker,
2A champion.
I mean, as long as it's got 2 and champion in the title, I don't care. You know, that's all that matters.
It's true. He doesn't care. He can turn his back on indies as long as he's a winner. The moral compass is gone. You can see him fade from his eyes. I'm surprised he doesn't just chill out on Microsoft anymore. Actually, I usually draft Microsoft games all the time. Hey man, they sometimes pay off. Very, very rarely. Sometimes.
Hey, look.
Keeper
I'm
did
just
pretty
saying.
good.
I said the whole keep thinking outside the box for this whole
really
draft.
good.
But like, Forza Horizon 6 was right there the whole time, and I'm just like,
Oh, I
don't
forgot
do it.
about that.
Don't
Fuck,
do it.
that's easy points.
It's easy points.
Who drafts first next time?
Well, is there a release window for that one?
I mean, it's the
No, I
year
don't
that it
think so.
comes out. Aren't they on like a normal rotation?
Because my strategy here was like start with the obvious ones, and then try to get games that are gonna release before the next draft.
I didn't really go obvious. I just kind of went with what can I fill out different spots with, like, 'cause I did run into that problem this year where I was like, oh, fuck, I don't have any more new game release spots, or I don't have any more regular game spots. So I tried to spread that evenly.
Yeah, one of my big worries here is that I have basically filled up half of my regular slots already. But I mean, they're pretty good picks. I did, when I was picking Demon Tides, in my mind, it was gonna be in the new game franchise. But it's of course a sequel, so I don't know why I thought that.
I have a question. I'm ready to go to sleep, but like 007 First Light not being a new game franchise because it's 007, but it is, right? Or is it? I don't know. That's kind of weird.
When you have everything you need to start strong.
What
is happening? What was that? Fucking unlock the front door? What the fuck was that?
I was looking up a Demon Times trailer that was the ad beforehand.
Wait, why did your audio come through like that?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, it's through the stream.
Oh yeah,
probably like desktop audio or something.
But yeah, like that instance, because it's a 007, so it's not a new franchise, but like it is in the way that this isn't a continuation of any existing one. You know what I mean? And the same thing with like the Tomb Raider game, the new one. It's like kind of like a rebooted Tomb Raider. It's not really in the canon.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I think if there was like if it was like an established IP that had its first video game, then I think it would be a new game franchise. But there are other 007 games.
Yeah. Okay. I see. So it's the same like a Prince of Persia or Metal Gear as well, where it's like,
yeah, like if they would have, like, for example, like when they did the rebooted Tomb Raider, that wouldn't have been a new game franchise. There are other Tomb Raider games.
I guess I see that now.
Yeah.
By the way, also the new Tomb Raider games, I went into like deep research about like the canon of Tomb Raider, and apparently this is a sequel in a way to Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, interesting.
So like what they're doing is that they've established this thing called the unified timeline, which basically kind of like brings in like versions of the other games into the unified timeline. So like, as far as I understand, is that the Survivor trilogy is canon, but like not those games specifically, but like a version of them are canon.
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I wish they would have just kept like Camilla Luddington, who played her in
she's
in
great.
the Survivor trilogy. She was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved I loved her performance. I loved how she looked in those games. I think they kind of yassified her too much in the new ones.
I never
I
played
think it would have
Shadow.
been so
I played
cool.
the first two though.
I think it would have been so cool to see that version of Lara become the traditional version of Lara that we know.
Yeah, it's like that. They could have done that and kept the actress and kept the canon of that. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Well, technically, I don't know because I didn't finish Shadow, but it's weird. But I am excited for it because I actually am one of the rare people that really liked the originals, even though they're clunky. I played the fuck out of the first trilogy. The platforming is just so like fun and janky, but like like I kind of miss that style of game because like while the new ones are way more like Uncharted like, there isn't really a game that's like that where you're just exploring tombs, climbing, jumping over contraptions, traps and shit. Like it seems really fun to kind of go back to that style, but like they should have just remade the first one and kept this new one still canon with the new ones. It's kind of sad. I feel bad for the voice actress too. I think I read that she wasn't even like told anything. They just kind of moved on.
That sucks.
That just doesn't feel very classy. Like you can at least like have like a talk with her, like, "Hey, we're going to recast you.
We're going in a different direction. We appreciate it." And maybe they did. Maybe what I read was bullshit. But like, it sucks. Did this man forget Indiana Jones? Dude, I do want to play that. You're right. But like that, like Tomb Raider is way more platforming than that game too, because like that's like a first-person combat-y game. Like the original Tomb Raiders,
I wasn't
is
really
literally all
that into
jumping
Indiana Jones personally. I didn't really like it that much.
Like it was such a janky. You had to literally like line up. Okay, if I backflip here, sidestep twice over, do a full run, my jump will barely grab this rope. And like, it's so stupid, but like that game kind of rules because of the setups you had to do for the platforms. It was tight.
I got the remasters of the first 3 games. And I tried to play with the old controls and I just couldn't get it.
They're so hard to play now. Like,
it's so whack, dude.
I have
I think it's so like when you go into like the tutorial level, which is like Lara's manor.
Dude, that's so fun.
And she's just like, step forward and press the X button and then do this and this. And it's like, what?
It was a place and time for sure. It's very like Resident Evil where it's like, those games are so much fun to play back then, but you pick up the original versions and it's like, man, what am I doing? It's so hard to readjust to the control scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play Indiana Jones though. All right.
Yeah, I do. I love the Survivor trilogy, and I did go back and play Underworld, and then I tried to play Legend and Anniversary as well. And I played parts of those, but I really liked Underworld, actually.
I
thought that one was great. Oh, yeah. The other thing about the unified timeline thing is that the Survivor... So the reason why it's versions of them and not the actual games is because all of the games are canon.
That means dinosaurs exist in the survival version.
The survival games are her origin story. And then it's like, then I believe it's the original PlayStation 1 games and stuff, like that timeline. And then I think it's the Legend games. And then it's the new like Catalyst. And the reason why it's versions of them is because the Survivor trilogy, they're clearly set in modern times. And the older games are clearly set in the 90s. So that's the like, why is it versions of them? It's because to kind of fit those things more neatly into a sequential timeline.
Yeah. All right, but bring us home, Ryan.
The idea is more that like the essentials of the story is they're the ones that happen anyway.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Wow. Hey, is that real? We're going to be live for 2.5 hours? That's a new, like, we kept that pretty good. You know?
Only 2.5 hours.
That's pretty impressive.
Wow, that's real short for us.
That's not too bad, y'all. Great job. Welcome to 2026 with the Famipod family, everybody. We'll be back next week, and maybe having some other stuff up throughout the week. So stay tuned. We'll see y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Have a great night.
Sorry,
wave goodbye, everybody.
Wait, real quick. We soft rebranding things. So be on the lookout for like links in Discord because we're gonna have a bunch of socials go up that are specifically Famipod related, including like a YouTube channel and stuff. So like be on the lookout for that, because we're gonna try and push hard for stuff like that. So
Yeah, we're trying to be better about and actually archive shit and everything. We're gonna be trying more this year.
Yeah, that goes for my channel as well. I've organized a lot of things and planned out schedules and stuff. And yeah. Anyway, awkwardly wave goodbye.
Au revoir. Oui, oui.
Stop being French, Ryan.
I forgot I had